welcome to Addiction Ends Here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to this beautiful space where we're going to be equipping you about addiction, awareness, and how to come off addiction. I am Daisy Anita Ojo, and I'll be your coach for this space. Alcohol is colorless and that's very addictive. It has gone through a process of fermentation using yeast, and what it does specifically is that it makes the central nervous system depressed, like it slows it down, really down. And what does this do when this happens? When you take alcohol, it makes you impaired, it makes your judgment impaired, it makes you intoxicated, it makes you lack control. So then, why do people take alcohol, knowing fully well that it causes impairment their judgment? Because it is addictive. It gives you that euphoria feeling, and once you get that feeling, you want to get it again. And for this space, one of our fundamental principles is the Bible. That is what we'll be using as our guide, as our doctrine. The Bible here is a very fundamental doctrine that we use to help our patients come off addiction. And what does the Bible have to say about alcohol? What has to say about alcohol? If you go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 1. I'll just read it from my device. It says, alcohol is a mocker, a strong drink, a riotous brawler, and whoever is intoxicated by it is not wise. This say, my team say, this came out exactly from Proverbs chapter 20, verse 1. And so we're going to break down Proverbs chapter 20, verse 1 into each word, just for us to have a clear understanding of what alcohol does to a man. It says alcohol is a mocker. The Bible here has personified alcohol. In fact, we say a human being mocks another person, but here the Bible has personified alcohol as a mocker. Isn't that interesting? Like, it's personified as something that makes fun of you, as something that deceives you. Now, this is not a man we're talking about. This is a substance. This is a chemical that has been personified to be like a human being. So it mocks you. So literally, alcohol can trick people into thinking they are in control, but often it leads them to act foolishly or embarrass themselves. It mocks a person by exposing their weakness. Come on here. This is what alcohol does. It mocks us. It mocks whoever takes it. It mocks whoever is intoxicated by it. But yet we find people who can't do without this substance. So I hope just having this knowledge of what this chemical does to you can just trigger something. Let's start with alcohol as a riotous brawler. What that means is alcohol is chaotic. Imagine there's a riot going on, like different conflicts, people acting in aggression, in different behaviors that are not really good. The Bible is saying that alcohol is a riotous brawler. That means it stirs it up, it brings it up. It's a masterminder of creating chaos. Oh my God, I hope anyone listening to the sound of my voice understands that alcohol, I would say, it almost has a spirit, because this is like a human being we're talking about now. A mocker, that is a human being. Someone that is riotous, someone that causes chaos. That is almost like a human being. And you'd say a human being is unwise, but yet the Bible is saying alcohol is foolish. So that means we could literally say alcohol is like something that is personified, or a chemical that acts like a human being. I don't know if that makes sense. So why are people addicted to alcohol? Because it is addictive. And then the third one is, whoever is intoxicated by alcohol is not wise. I believe everybody wants wisdom, understanding, to go through the affairs of life. You don't want to be foolish going through it. Everybody, I believe, wants wisdom. But the Bible is saying that whoever is intoxicated is not wise. Meaning, letting alcohol control your behavior is portrayed as lack of wisdom. Now, why should you not be intoxicated? Once you're intoxicated, it's not just about your central nervous system anymore. It's not just about that euphoria that you get to feel. But one major negative impact that alcohol does to you is that it makes you vulnerable. If something is beclouding your judgment, how then can you think? How then can you do something that would suit you in a long time? And remember, alcohol has its consequences, just like we listed before, about it mocking you, about it causing riot or chaos, and about it making you foolish. So I urge you, therefore, it might be hard to come off it. It might be hard to just cut off. I'm not even telling you to just cut it off, because of course there is a medical process of titration and coming off it medically and the best way possible. But I just want you to know that this is what alcohol does to you. It weakens your spirit. It makes your life, makes it really low, brings it down, more likely to cause sin in your relationship or harm in relationship. Wisdom means living in alignment with God's vision. Foolishness is that once you drink to the point of you're intoxicated, you can't do without it. I'm sorry to say, but the Bible is letting you know that foolishness is around the corner. You're going to ignore divine guidance. It means you're going to choose short-term pleasure over long-term righteousness. It means you're going to let impulses rule instead of disciplined character. A wise person governs their desire. A foolish person is governed by them. Please, whoever is listening to this, I know you're not foolish. I know you're not an alcoholic. I know that you can become wise. But first, you need to know what this substance does to you. Just as I have listed. You need to know how it affects your spirituality and how it makes you to derail from God's alignment and purpose for your life. You need to know that this is what it does to you. Now, I have spoken to you about all of the biblical instructions from the book of Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1. But don't forget, I'm still a medical practitioner, and I will do you injustice if I don't talk about how this affects you physically as well. So now, let's talk about alcohol from a physical perspective, from a medical perspective. The prefrontal cortex is where you make decisions. So the prefrontal cortex of your brain is where you make judgment, is where you decide between good and bad. It is like your decision, you know the CPU in computer, like the motherboard. Now, your prefrontal cortex is your motherboard in your brain. It is what helps you to decide, it's what helps you know between good and bad. So imagine taking alcohol and then it depresses your central nervous system. It makes that decision making to become impaired. It makes your prefrontal cortex to be impaired. It makes reaction time slow. Let's not even go to accidents on the road where people are intoxicated by alcohol. It makes your reaction time slow. That means if you're to match your brake now, if you're intoxicated, you're not going to match it. You in your head you think, oh, I've matched that brake. But no, uncle, auntie, you haven't matched it yet. That's what alcohol does. And then impulse control drops. That means you can just have a credit card, you're intoxicated, you just spend as you go. Like anything goes for you. You're just angry, you just act on impulse. You don't even stay to think and process things. I don't even want to go into what the Bible says about impulse control, because that one too is there. It's very deep. But you just act you don't even think of the consequences. You don't even analyze what you do. You just act on impulse. Why? So you understand that alcohol does you more harm, in fact, excessive harm than good. Then let's talk about the risk of addiction. If you continue to drink alcohol, heavy drink, you have this disease called alcohol use disorder, AUD, which means craving and loss of control over drinking. You have withdrawal symptoms. And now, when your tolerance level has been increased, that means when you drink and drink and drink, you're fine. But you know what? Your liver is not fine. your kidneys, your organs, they are not fine. This is where you begin to hear things like fatty liver, hepatitis, cirrhosis, heart problems, high blood pressure, increased cancer risk, weakened immune system, and then you get sleep disruption and mental health issues. And now, when we say mental health issues here and alcohol, it's simply dual diagnosis. That means you're suffering from two things at the same time. Intoxication reduces brain control, increases risk-taking, and can harm nearly every major organ of your body. Now you've seen what it does to you. From a biblical point, it makes you foolish. And from a health perspective, it makes you sick in a nutshell. I hope you will punish that mocker today. I hope you will cut it off indeed. I hope you will reach out to us if you can't do it by yourself, because we're here to support you. That's why we are here. That's our mission, to help you come off addiction. I hope this message finds you well and triggers something within you that would push you for a change. Remember, you don't have to wait till it's going to really cost you your life to start thinking of change. And you don't have to wait till you're no longer here. And then there's not even a choice of change. Why not reach out to us today? And change is possible. But now I have good news for you. In Proverbs chapter 21 verse 11, it says, if you punish a mocker, even the simple-minded become wise. That means, don't forget, mocker here is alcohol. It's not just it's not a human being we're talking about. The Bible has made it. But in Proverbs chapter 21 verse 11, it says, if you punish a mocker, even those who are not wise can become wise. I hope somebody here wants to punish that mocker called alcohol. Let's not let it go. The Bible says if you punish it, you can become wise. You can become wise. As in, that is such a relief. It means after all this description, there is hope for a tree. It means after all these three classifications, there is hope for you. It means you can punish that mocker. How do you punish that mocker? The best way to punish that mocker is to cut it off. Cut it off. It's not doing you no good. Cut it off. Let it go. Let it go. And I know my name, that freedom is possible. Why? Because I know that Jesus has said in his word that who the Son of Man has set free is free indeed. You're free. You're free indeed. Freedom is here. Healing is here. Reach out to us. Don't let the enemy use that tool to keep you grounded. Detach from that tool and come to light, and God will help you. Medically, spiritually, we are here to support you. That's our mission. That is our goal. Thank you for spending time on this channel today. It was good to have you. It was good to have you watch and listen. And I hope you're edified, because that is the main goal. That is what we want. That is what we hope for. Thank you, and see you next time on my channel. It was nice having you here. Thank you.